Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving with the topic that is how you can build a model by analyzing the customer's sentiments or reviews as like a positive, negative, neutral. So I have picked up the very popular and trending data set today, that is a Brazil e-commerce data set, and I have divided it into the three series. Today we are going to discuss about the visualization and EDA part, and in the upcoming part we will discuss on the NLP processing and model building, and on the third part we will do the evaluation. So you are going to work on this project in a very detail. Either you are a beginner, professional, or intermediate, this video is going to be perfect for everyone. Because in this video, what we are going to do, we are going to build the classification sentimental model using the NLP and machine learning. So you are going to learn a lot of stuff in this again. And this, if you are going to add this project into your portfolio, this is definitely going to boost your resume. And you can apply the same strategies on any other e-commerce data set too to build the same kind of the model. And if you have any question, feel free to drop a comment. And if you want me to make a video on any data set which you want to learn, just drop a comment. I will definitely, whenever I get a time, I will definitely make a video. Okay. The most important thing in this data set is not useful only for the students who are working in the e-commerce domain, but this is also very beneficial for the supply chain management too, because this data set contains the delivery delay in the delivery, like how much time it is taking to approval from the purchase time. And we are also going to look into the data visualization and doing the EDA on these topics too. Okay, so this is also perfect for the supply chain management too. Okay, and logistic, like the supply and logistic management. Okay, so let's start with this one. So goal we have already shared, I have already shared. So these are the three steps we are I have divided my this series into three parts, and this is a highlight. So today we are going to focus on the data visualization. Okay, plus pre-processing steps, not cleaning. Okay, and then we will move ahead with in the next part we will combine these two, and then we will build the model. Okay, so this data, I have shared the link here to download the data set. This data set contains a lot of CSV files. So if you are a beginner and you don't know how to merge the data frames, so this is the new thing for you. Okay, so you will learn even if you have collected the data from the different sources, as I used to say, maybe it is placed on a different servers and you download the CSV, now you want to combine them. So we are going to do it today here. Okay, so let's start. So these are the four libraries which is very important. The NumPy and Pandas library we use for the data manipulation, Matplotlib and Seaborn, this is for the data visualization. Warning library I always use because I don't like the extra warning lines in my output. Okay, it takes so much space and I really don't like it. Okay, so that's why I always import this to avoid that one lines. Okay, and then I have written the code. You will load the data set. So how many files you have? I have renamed my data frame using the same. Here I am loading the customer data set. So I name my data frame with the df underscore customer. And then geolocation, we will rename it with the geolocation, then items, payments, and so on. So first we will read all the data sets. We will load the data set using the read underscore CSV file. And then it's a time to merge. Now we will merge, because when you are merging the data sets using the pandas data frame, you should have one like the common key in both. Okay, otherwise how you will merge, right? So this is here you need to think a lot actually. Okay, so you need to first read these data set, and then you will find, let's say, talk about first this thing, df orders item. Okay, so pd dot merge, we are going to use the merge method. We will pass the df orders. So where is the df orders? This one. And then we are passing the DF items. Okay. So this means on order underscore ID. Okay. So this means wherever it will find the order ID in the DF underscore items and DF underscore orders, it will merge those records in the single data frame. Okay. Now, if I show you this one, if you don't know what, like if you need a more explanation about it, so I will show you. So let me copy and paste here df dot orders info. Okay. So we will run this. So here we have order ID. And now let's copy the df dot items. So here we have. Okay, so you have the order ID here too. So this is the primary key for both the tables, right? For in both CSV file. So when we will try to merge, even you are using the SQL, right? If you have already used the SQL, you might be aware with it. Whatever primary key we have in the two different table, we merge them both tables into one table based on their primary key. Okay, because they are matching. If there is a one order ID, let's say in the order table there is a one order ID, that is a one, right? And in the other like the items, you have the order ID one again corresponding to some specific your item, right? So whenever you will say on, so it will match the order ID from the first table to the second table and then combine them. Okay, so this is the way how the pandas merge method work, just like a SQL. Okay, so this way it is going to be work with all. Same with the after that, when we are got over DF order and items merge in a one data frame. Now it contains the both records from the orders and the items. Then we will merge the order items with the payments again on the order ID. Okay. And then same next you will merge the order items payments with the DF reviews. And then once you merge with the reviews, you will merge with the customer table and so on. So we are merging like this. And at the end, you will have only the single data frame. Okay. So this over data frame is now ready, which contains all the fields, including the order ID from the different CSV. Okay. Now we will make a copy. This is I always recommend. Okay. The reason, if you know the reason, if you are watching my all videos, then just drop a comment. What is the reason why we should make a copy? Okay. I'm curious to know. Thank you. And then we will look at the now your data frame. So this is order ID. This is customer ID, order status. We have the order purchase time frame. At what time, on which date the customer has bought the product. Okay. And then order approved at. Because when we purchase the order, right, and you put the your credit card, PayPal, or whatever debit card or whatever information you are using to pay the amount for the product you are buying, then there is a few seconds it takes to approval. Sometimes it takes some hours too. It depends, right? And it is that time at what time your order was approved. Because first they will confirm your payment details, then they approve your product. Okay. And then order delivery carrier date, whenever your order was delivered, and the customer order delivered customer date, this is delivered to you. Okay. This is carrier date means, let's say you have placed the order on the Amazon, one product, right? And that product, right? One seller is selling from their warehouse, but first it will come to the Amazon warehouse, that is called carrier. Okay. And then Amazon will deliver to you. So this is the difference between both these states. Okay. And then you have the order estimated delivery date. Okay. So this is the delivery date of that, like how much time it will approx take. Order item ID and then product ID. There are more columns too because it's a big data set. So it is not showing. So this is the rest of the fields, right? Product length, weight, photos, quantity, description, and then you have the product category name too. Okay. So this is just the I'm just giving you the overview, what kind of the fields you have. But again, we can have the info method where you can see all the columns. Okay. So you have a 1,15,609 records. It includes the 40 columns. It's a big data set again. And then you can have here, like, look at this. This is order ID, customer ID, and then review, comment title, review, comment message. Okay. So this is the comment message. Like, based on this, we are going to now decide, we are going to perform the sentimental analysis. Based on these, we will predict, build the model, sentimental classification model, which will tell us whether the customer is happy, neutral, or not happy. Okay. So this is the most beneficial information for any stakeholder who are running the business. So they can, after watching this, after the results of this, they can decide how they can improve their product, how they can improve their service, so they can increase their revenue, right? So this is going to be our target field. And you can see we have so many fields here, and every field is over a data set contains object, float, integer. Okay. Okay, so here I want to share one most important thing with you. Whenever you see the date column in your data set, your first duty, responsibility is to look at its data type. It's object. By default, it will be object most of the time, 90%. But sometimes you already have in the date and time form. Then you don't need to worry. But if it is coming in the object data type, it's your responsibility, being a data analyst or data scientist, you will convert it into date and time, which is very important. Now you might be thinking why this is important, why I can't use it like this, because it contains so much information. If we go about, look at this, it contains year, month, date, time, hours, minutes, seconds. And whenever I am doing the data visualization, it will bother me a lot, right? If I am only interested to look for the, let's say, the total purchase, total sales monthly. It's very hard for me, right? So if the data type you will keep remain in the object data type, you won't be able to separate it actually. So you need to separate the month, year, date, and you can also keep the time. This is your choice. You can pick up the hours, day, seconds, minutes according to your requirement. Then it will be easy for you because we have a inbuilt methods. Okay, to separate the hours, month, years, date and time, seconds, minutes, right, from the date and time function. So you don't need to do lot of code, you can do it very quickly. That's why this is important. If you're working with the time series data set, keep this thing in your mind. Okay, this is very important. Now, and then here we are going to check the shape. So how many records and columns we already know here, but this is just the basic steps. If you are a beginner, this is a very useful information for you. And then what we are going to do, again I told you we are going to convert it into date and time. So I have sorted and filtered the all date columns. From this we have already discussed what is these dates. So we have discussed these dates, and this is a shipping limit date. Okay, so this is the date where we will you can see the shipping limit date. Okay, and review creation date, on which date the customer has put the review answer timestamp, right? So how the stakeholder answered or not, that is a date and time. Okay, and then we will collect this one into the one column. Okay, and here we have the convert into the date and time. Okay, so I told you this is very easy. You only need to use a to underscore date and time function or method from the pandas, and it will create the new column for the each. Okay, so these are the one. So this is your order purchase time. You can see it is converted into date and time, all your date and time columns. This is what we want. Now it is very easy for me to separate the year, month, hours, minutes, seconds, date. Okay, okay. So here, this is, we call it feature engineering method too. Okay, because we are separating it. So here we have the first delivery time days. So what I will do, if I want to calculate the delivery time delay days, what I will do, I will pick up the order delivery customer date minus order purchase timestamp, right? Because we don't want to then only I will come to know how many delivery time days will be there, right? So you can see how it is easy when you have converted it into date and time. So we will just pick up the dt.days method here and we will subtract it and you will get the new column. Okay. So here we can see this is the one, but if you want, this is actually describe method. So I will print this one. Okay. So we will create the here new column. So you can have the look, right? How it look like this. 8 days, how many days? It's a very clear vision, right? If you're not like using the date and time method, then it will be very hard for you to subtract it, right? So now we will move ahead. Okay, let's go on to the second point, shipping delay. So for the shipping delay, how would you calculate it? You will pick up the order delivered customer date minus order estimate delivery date. Because when you place order, it will give you some estimation, right? Your order will be placed in this date, expected, right? But sometime it come early, sometime it get delayed. Okay, so that's why we name it shipping delay. So this is the way how you can calculate it. And then approval day. Okay, so this is very easy. Order approved at what time? And then order purchase. And then we are just doing the dt dot total seconds divided by 3600. It will give you the result. Okay. And then purchase day of the week. This is very easy. We can straightforward calculate it using the day of a week method from the date and time. Okay. And then purchase hour. This is from the like a hour, at what hour you have purchased it. So now it will be very, very easy for you to using these columns to do the visualization. This is very important, okay, for the e-commerce when we are working something like this data set. That's why I have divided this video into 3 parts. Otherwise, it was going to be very long. So it will be easy for you to just watch this video, okay? Try to understand the process, why we are using this method, why you should use this method, and what is the use of this method. Pros and cons, think in your mind, fit in your mind. And if something else come in your mind, just drop a comment. Okay. And then we will move ahead. This is a describe method. This will give you the basic statistics of each feature, which is very important. It will tell you if there is any outliers to minimum and maximum value, standard deviation, and so on. Okay. So here it is showing me NaN value because there might be some missing value. Okay. So that's why this is a big, and date can be a useful, but it is not that useful. Okay, because this is now integer, so that's why it is picking up every. Okay. So now we can see, let's on this product photos quantity. So its mean value is 2.2 and its maximum value is 1.7. This is fine. There is a no outlier. It seems to be. Here we can see approval delay. There are some outliers because here mean value average delay date is 10 days, but it is showing here 22, which is a very far away from your like the average mean value. Okay. So this is very, very useful. Okay. The describe method. And now what we are going to do here, we are going to like check for the missing value. Okay. So how many missing value you have? Now we will check how many missing value we have. If you look at this, we have so many missing value. You can see here is a order delivered courier date. So this is missing, order delivered customer date. This is missing, right? Review comment title. Too much missing value, right? We total records have a 1 lakh something and it is missing with this one. It's a huge amount of missing value, right? Huge amount of values. Review comment message, this is the one. And here we are going to check product weight, this is a small missing value, but somewhere we have a large missing value too. Now the question mark is how you are going to handle it. This is the most interesting topic actually, right? Students think about like lot when they are going to handle the missing value. Generally, when there is a like the integer or float data type, what we do? We just fill it with the mean value, right? And if you have a categorical, you fill it with the mode value, and or either you choose a median value. But you should use the you should take the wise decision. If you don't know when you should use the mean, drop method, median method, and mode method, just watch my missing list playlist. Okay, so I have picked up the different scenarios, and I will share the link here too. Okay, and you can just learn it in detail. Okay, but now today we are going to handle it in a some this way. Okay, so let's come here. So first of all, we will look for the review comment message. Okay. So what I am going to do, I am going to fill NA, I am going to check and replace all NA and value with the space. So you might be thinking why I am not dropping. If I will drop it, I will lose the data, right? And this is the most important feature for me, right? So what we will do, we will replace it with the space. So the reason behind it, we will name it like a neutral method, sorry, neutral review from the customer, right? Customer did not give any review, positive, negative, nothing, neutral, right? And then we will drop the review comment title column because this is not too useful. Okay, and if we go back here, review comment title, so it contains this much uh, missing value, right? So I am going to drop this one. Okay. So although it contains a many missing value, right? But I can't fill it. This is just close to my available records, right? So we will drop it. But here we will convert it into an and into the replace it with the space. So we will treat it as a neutral, like the feedback from the customer. And then we are going to handle these missing value. Okay, so this only contains the one missing value. Either you can drop it or either you can handle it just with the simple method. Okay, so I am going to here drop. Okay, and then what we are going to do here, we have a product weight, right? These one, and then we will fill it with the median. Okay, don't try to use it here mean, because every item has that different weight, right? Some item may have the, let's say, 1 kg, and some items have the 10 gram, 5 gram. If you will take the mean, it is going to be give you the wrong assumption, wrong value. So if you have this kind of the values missing, always take the median. That's why I'm saying you, if you want, you can watch my missing playlist list. Okay, so here we have used this one. Now you might be thinking why I'm not handling delivery time delays, shipping delays, approval, because we don't need to do that. Whenever you are dropping some value and you are going to handle, it will be automatically handled because we are just like handle the other columns. These values are missing corresponding to that records. Okay, so now we will look at this one. So if you will do the EDA is null, you can see everything is handled. Okay, so everything is okay. You can see there is a no missing value in the delivery time delay. Okay, so here, if you don't understand what I'm saying, just I'm repeating again, because we have deleted this one. Why? Because it contains so many missing value, and sorry, not delete. We have deleted this one. We are not deleting this one. We have replaced it with the space because this is the most important feature for us, and we are going to fill it with, we are giving the like replace it with the space, neutral feedback from the customer, right? And we are going to drop this one because it contains so many missing value, right? So this is equal to this one. And this is a just comment title. This is not going to be contribute even in the model prediction. Okay, so this is not useful. And then we have a this one, order approved at, order delivered customer date, and this one. Okay, although this is optional, but we will handle it. Okay, and we will check it. Let me check order approved at. So here we will come. Order approved at, we have a 14 missing value in this one. Okay. So what we are going to do here, we are going to drop the values where we will find the missing value in this. Okay. Otherwise, if you are interested to handle it, then what you need to do, you need to use the time series missing handle value here. But this is, we are not working with that one, right? Our goal is something else here today. Okay. So what we will do, we will drop it here. Okay, if you want to learn how we handle the time series missing value, then you can watch my time series playlist. I have already uploaded the video a long time ago, which contains the time series dataset, and I have mentioned the all best methods to handle the missing value for the dates. Okay, so this is optional, but if you want, you can handle it. Okay, I'm going to drop it as per my requirement, because my requirement is today to work on the build the classification model for the customer sentimentals, right? What kind of the customer's feedback, positive, negative, and neutral. So date doesn't matter for me too much. Okay. And then here the product weight, where we have the one missing value. So we will just fill it with the median. I have already given you the reason why we are using median here. Okay. And then now this is clean. Okay. Our data set is clean. And then we will start now visualization. So I have divided it into the mainly 3 to 4 parts. So we will start with the review sentiment insights. Okay. So sentiment class distribution. So this is our target, I told you, right? This is the one, right? And then what we will do, we will create the one function, because your like your sentiment review comment message, right? So this contains the lot of text. If you want, we can have a look here. So this is, I'm making the actually new column. So what we will do, I will show you the first here. So it will give you the clear idea why we are making this function. Now look at this. So this is Portuguese like a language. This is not simple English language. So you can see it contains a lot of comments, right? So if I will draw the visualization directly, it won't be able to draw, because it will take so much time, because we have so much English text in this. So what is your goal now? Your goal is to apply a one custom method score to sentiment, in which you will pass the review score. So we have the review score column 2. I will show you here. So this is EDA. Let me, sorry, EDA underscore DF dot review score. Okay. So based on this, because every message has the review score too, right? So what we will do here, using these two columns, I will filter the data by giving the one word only. Instead of using this much big one, I will give the review positive, neutral, and negative. Okay. So here we will pick up the EDA underscore DF review score dot apply. We are applying the method, this one, custom. And here we are creating the new column, which is the clean one. Okay. We don't need this one for visualization. Okay. So we will create this new column, and based on the score, if score is equals to 5 or 4, let's say this your comment message contain the 5 score and this contains the 4 score. Okay. In that case, what we will do, it will give you the positive feedback. This means customer is giving the positive feedback. If it is a 3, it is neutral. And if it is a else, negative. If it is below 3. Okay. So this is the way we are doing this to actually plot our graph. Okay, I will show you now. So here we are using the seaborne count plot. On the x-axis, we will show the clean over positive, neutral, and negative. And then this one, title is sentimental class analysis distribution. Now look at this. So this is the positive feedback from the customers. Okay. So how much the count? How much? Above 80, above 80,000. So the stakeholder has above 80,000 the positive feedback, right? If I am going first time on their website to buy something, right? So I will look for the this one, right? If instead of positive, this is negative, I will never buy the product. Okay. So here negative sentimental, this means that this is the negative feedback from the customer. This is below 20,000. And there are a few customer, you can say 10,000 or 5,000, they are not giving any the review, or either their review is like here equal to 3 because we have said it 3. Okay. So this is neutral. Okay. So this is the way how you can draw the graph. So you need to think a lot, right? Because whenever you have a text data and your target is text data and you have contained this much text, so this is the best way you can customize it. Okay. So that's why I was telling, I told you this video is perfect for everyone. Okay. If you are even working with any other data set and you want to plot this kind of the graph, then you can apply this strategy. Okay. But the thing is, you should have the review score and text message both. Sometimes you have the e-commerce data set, you don't have the review score. Sometimes you have the data set, it does not contain the message. It only contains the review score. It depends. Okay. Previously, I have worked on built the video on many e-commerce data set in which I have already used the review score. There was a no comment message. Okay. You can watch the other e-commerce playlist too. Okay. And this is our first visualization. Then we will do some NLP visualization to word clouds per sentimental, positive, neutral, negative. So here you need to import the word cloud. In case you are using the Google Colab or local working environment, I'm using the Google Colab. If it says this module does not exist, then you need to install. You just run simple command exclamation sign pip install word cloud. That's it. And run this cell again. Okay. And then here I am converting my review comment message into the lowercase. Okay. I am converting it into the lowercase. So reason I will tell you. Let's say in your message, your one word is product. Okay. One customer add the name like this using the title letter P. But one customer has used the small p, lowercase, right? All the meaning is same because the word is same, right? But whenever you are doing the visualization, even you are trained the model, if you don't convert it into the lower case, your model take it as a different words. Okay. So this is important. That's why what we are going to do, we are converting the review comment message into the lowercase first. Okay. To do our good visualization. And then we are just here. What we are going to do, we are picking up the here, the review comment message clean sentiment is equals to positive. Join with this one and then review comment message this one. So filter the reviews by sentiment. So we are just filtering your message with the sentiments. Okay. Now we will join your this like the sentimental comment with the original, and then we give it the name to positive, neutral, and negative. It will filter, join, and give the sentimental like the number positive, neutral, negative number, or you can say text, whatever we are creating. Okay. And then it is figuring out, it is plotting this is just your graph, this one. Okay. So this is the positive reviews. You can see the bigger and darker like the keywords. This is other language. This is not English language. These are the positive feedbacks. And this is the neutral. This means below Either it's an empty because we have, remember there was a missing value, we converted it into the empty space, right? So that is missing, oh sorry, neutral. And if it is equal to 3, even then this is neutral. And this is below 3, this is the negative reviews. So you can read the words if you know the Portuguese language, I don't know. Okay, so these keywords will help you to understand about the, or give you the clear vision about the text, how this is like, what kind of the words the people are using, right? For the feedback, excellent, good, bad, poor, something like that. Okay, and then we will move ahead with the review score analysis. So in this, what you are going to do, this is, we are just doing some data visualization based on the different features. So first we will do the review score versus sentiment. Okay, so here we will plot the box plot review. This is a clean one column which we have prepared, and this is our review scores. Now look at this. On the x-axis, it is showing review, comment, message, clean, sentiment. This is positive, negative, and neutral. And here it is showing the score. So if you look at the positive, definitely the positive feedback have the value above the 3, right? Either 4 or 5. So that's why your box plot is showing here. But here in the negative, you have the below 2.5, there is some values, and most of the values lies between 1.5 to 1. Okay. And here the neutral, the values is up to 3, right? Only 3. So this is showing that graph. You can understand it, but this is tough for the stakeholder to understand this graph. This is just for your understanding, right? Because during the data analysis, you should be able to understand by drawing these multiple graphs. It will help you when you are going to build the model. Okay. And then review score distribution. So here we are just looking at the review score distribution. So we have the review score from 1 to 5. And if you look at this, the score 5 has the highest count, right? Above 60,000. And the lowest count is for the 2. So this means people are giving the more rating 4 and 5 because we have a high count. But the one also has the like a high count between 15,000, you can say 13,000. But a 2 review score is given by the customer is the lowest score in the count, right? So very few customers are giving the 2 score. Okay, but we have the highest count of 5, and this is good for the business. Okay, and then correlation value. So correlation value, we are just trying to see how the features are correlated with each other, right? So here I am only picking up the over the values or the based on the sentiment because I'm interested only this one. So negative, neutral, and positive. Okay. And then we are picking up mapping the over sentiment map on these by giving the review, comment, message, clean sentiment. And then we will create this one. Okay. And then we will check the correlation between sentimental over analysis like the score, right? Negative, neutral, and positive, and review score. And now look at this. So this is a heat map where although it is showing 95% positively correlated, that is definitely right. So here it is showing the review score 95% like a related with your sentiment numeric. Okay. And then we will look for the time-based trend. This is another type of the analysis. So above you have done the 2 analysis, right? So one analysis you have done review score analysis, and the other was your normal one, right? The one we have started here, this one. Okay. So this is called review sentiment insights. Okay. And then score. And now we are moving ahead with the time one. So this visualization is very useful for everyone, especially for the logistic and supply chain students who are working in this domain. Okay. Here we will say approval delay in hours. Okay. So here, how many approval delay in the hours, how delay your product is, right? So for this, we will plot the histoplot approval delay. Remember above we have calculated it. by subtracting from the order placed or the purchase time, something like that, or approval, right? And then we got this one. Now look at this. So that's why now this is useful. Did you understand now why we were calculating above, why this was so important? Now look at this. This is approval delay. How many of a delay, a day's delay, right? So sorry, hours. So this is the approval delay in the hours. So if you look at this 0 to, you can say 0, right? It's a very high. So this means whenever the people are placing the order, there is a no delay. They are getting their product on time, or maybe on the same day. Like sometime you place the order on the Amazon, you will get it in the same day. We call it primary delivery, right? But there are exceptional cases too, where is the long hours, right? So there might be the here 5 hours, 10 hours, or maybe many hours, right? So it will take some days. So there are outliers too. But you can check the count of the this one two products. But most of the products are delivered on the time, right? Above 90,000, but few products below 20,000, or below, you can say 10,000, 5,000, or maybe in a top 100 or something, there are some exceptional case. So these are the outliers. Okay. So this information is very, very important for the stakeholder. So he might be interested to know why there is a so much delay in the product. So they might try to improve their service, right? They might like change the vendor, right? Or they might think what is the best solution about it. Okay. So this is very, very useful information. And then purchases by the day of the week. On which day most of the customers are buying the product. Sometimes people are buying in the evening hours, some people are buying on at the weekend, monthly, bi-weekly, it depend, right? So now we will plot the, here we will use a histoplot again, purchase hour, order by hour, and hour of the day, number of the orders. Now look at this. So if you look at these bins, this is high, and look at the time. At the in the afternoon, 2 p.m., 3 p.m., this is the peak hours when the customers are placing the order. And if you look at this 10 p.m., 11 p.m., people are keeping. But in the morning hours, 12 a.m. also people are placing the order, but we will not count it high, right? Because the high count of the order placed above 7,000 days between afternoon. It started from, you can say, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. and then it is going up and down till 11 p.m. So morning hours, the people are not placing any order. Okay. And the very less hours, this is between 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. Obviously, people are sleeping, right? So it depends upon the time zone too, but this is the idea. So it is also like very, very useful information for the stakeholder. Now think with the point of view of the stakeholder, how this is useful. If stakeholder know at what time, in what hours the people are placing the more orders, right? He can show the deals at that time. If he is launching any new deal, he can publish that deal at that time, right? So that's why this information is very, very useful. And then we will move ahead with the review word count distribution. So here we can see the review length of the your word count. This is the review length. This is a comment message, and we are using the here anonymous function lambda. We are measuring the length of the comment message, split it, and then we are just checking the length, and then we are plotting the graph. So here you can say 0 word review discount. So this much products around 70,000. The products have the this much word. It might be a single word. Excellent, very good, right? So this kind of the word may be the negative feedback too. So people are mostly don't using the too much lengthy words, lengthy review feedback. They are using just a single word. Okay, maximum they can use a 5 words. But there are exceptional case too. Some people are using the 30 to 40 words too, right? The senior citizen, they like to add the too much detail, right? But the younger people, they just write down one word. Okay. So you can see there are exceptional cases too, outliers too. So this is again the very, very useful information. Okay, so how many products have the big reviews? 20 to, you can say, 40 words, below 10,000. Okay, and then monthly sales revenue. This is the most awaiting for every stakeholder, right? How much they are making. So this I have written the extra line in case you forgot to convert your that date and time into the date and time. It is still object type, then you can just uncomment this line. Okay, and then create a new column. We will separate the year and month. Okay, we are using the to underscore period month method, and then group by year, month, and sum the price of the column for the total sales. We are doing this, and by using the year, month, price, sum, and then we will convert the year, month to date and time for plotting again. Okay, look at this graph now. So here monthly revenue trend. So total sales 2016, in the 10 month, the sales are very less, right? You can say here the total sales 10 million, something like that. Okay, so here this is more dropped in the November month, right? But it is start picking up again in the first month, January, right? So there are the sales low, might be there are the holidays, might be the people are planning for the New Year's, they are spending more money on the like the trips, right? They are not buying the products, something like that. It can be any reason. But if we look at the peak season for buying the products, more revenue is generated above 10 million or 1 million, right? Something like that. This is occurring in 2017 in the month, right? This is November. You can say November, or maybe it is a continuous month. Okay. So this is high. But in 2016, it was low. Okay. But in 2017, it was on the peak. And then it is going up and down, something like that. Okay. If you want, you can also draw the using the Plotly other graph too. That is very interactive, interactive. Okay. So if you want to learn about the here Plotly, more interactive graph, you can check my data visualization playlist. Okay. So this graph is very, very useful for your stakeholder. Stakeholder will have an idea in which month, in which year he has the most of the sales and why. You can tell them by drawing this. There might be the, again, there is a one season, there was the flash deals open, there was the people like this product in this month more. Maybe the Christmas is coming and people would in the 2016 the stakeholder does not have much for the Christmas products, but now in 2017 he launched the Christmas product and people are buying more in that month. So it will give the idea to the stakeholder, they can place more products in this month, so they can increase their more revenue. Okay, and then we will talk about the geography and product behavior. This is another kind of the year analysis. In this we will talk about the top 10 product categories. Look at this, bed and bath table. So this is sell most above 10,000, and then health beauty, they are buying more. Okay, so this is, I have built the graph and it will give the very clear idea to the customer which product and how many orders are placed of which product, top 10 products, and a company can increase their revenue. If they know people are buying bed, bath, table most of the time, then they can uh, uh, like uh, publish the more deals by adding some few items with it, which is very, very useful for the customer. Okay, so this graph is very, very important. Okay, and then payment type distribution. So why this is important? Whenever you are doing the visualization, just keep in your mind, if you are going to draw this graph, why this, how this is going to be useful for the stakeholder, how it will be helpful for the customer to increase the revenue. Okay, so this should be in your mind. And now look at this credit card. Most of the time people are using the credit card. Okay, so this is useful for the stakeholder because he can improve their services. This is something related to services. Okay, if they know people are using the credit card most of the time, definitely they can provide the more options regarding the credit card, multiple credit cards. Okay, like Visa, Master, or other, but people are less using voucher, very less debit card. Okay, so you can give the deals to the customer, number one, If you are using the credit card, right, we will provide you this thing, and if you want to improve this one, you can also do that, in which the stakeholder also have a benefit. Number two, if stakeholder know people are using the credit card most of the time, then they can improve their security services too. They can make it very confidential, secure payment method for the customers to avoid the credit card fraud detection. Okay, so that's why this graph is very, very useful for the customer too, the stakeholder too. Okay, so keep in your mind why you are drawing this graph, how it is useful for the stakeholder, how it is useful for your data modeling too. Okay, and then we have count plot for the payment type distribution. Okay, so this is another graph. This is the same. I have plotted it here, pie chart. This is a bar graph. Choice is your. So you can like draw. Here we are showing the percentage. So here it will show you the count of the product. So 73.8 times the people are using credit card by placing the order. So here it will show you the count of the products above 80,000. Okay, so this is another clear vision. Now we will talk about the orders by state. From which state people are like placing the most of the orders. So in the SPs, from the SP state, I don't know the full form, but this is the SP state, the top 10 customers. I have plotted the graph. From this state, people are placing most of the orders above 40,000. It's around 50,000. Okay, so the people are placing the order from this state. Now the stakeholder, you can also do the deep analysis on this graph too. What kind of the products the customer is buying from this state. Okay, so this is, I am just putting the homework for you. Draw one graph, what kind of the product people are buying from this state. Do the deep analysis. Okay, and then from this, we are interested only these top three or top two. That's it. And tell to the stakeholder, we can flash these deals in this state because people are placing more order from this of this product from this state. And if stakeholder asks you the question from this state why they are placing minimum order, then you can find out the reason. This is your duty as a data analyst or data scientist. Okay, so I'm just giving you the tips and you just draw the graph and drop a comment, Nija, I have drawn this graph. I have done the deep analysis. Okay, so you will learn more. Okay, and then top 10 categories are sorted by the delivery time. Okay, and here we will just check the top 10 categories sorted by delivery time. Like based on the delivery time, we are going to show the top 10 categories. So now look at this one. Housewares, auto, health, beauty. Okay, so these are the top 10 your product category. So delivery, how much delivery time they are taking. Okay, so delivery time in days by top 10. So housewares delivery is doing on the same day to all like I would say. Okay, but they are also delivering below the 25, maybe in a 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, 10 days. Okay, so this is the way how you can show to the stakeholder how much time these products are taking for the delivery. Okay, and then we have the average delivery time order placed monthly. Average time, how much time it is taking based on the monthly orders. Okay, so here I have written this code. If you did not convert again, you can uncomment this one. We are calculate the delivery time in days. Okay, we have already done it above, but I'm showing it to you again. And then purchase month. We are because we need the month, and then we are creating aggregate. We are just creating the aggregate function by group by purchase month using the aggregate function of the pandas or Python and delivery time and mean and then order count. We will count the total orders here. Okay, then reset the index and then we will convert it into timestamp and then we will plot the graph. Okay, so here I'm using the twin x instantiate the second axis, left axis, right axis, because on the left axis we will show the time in the your monthly delivery, and right side we will show the order count of the order. Okay, now look at this graph. Earlier like look at this month. So in 2016 10 days the order count was less, right? So this is between this one, but the average delivery time was also low, right? So here, yeah, no, the here, sorry about it, the blue line corresponding to your days, delivery days, and here the orange line belongs to your total order count. If you look at this 2016 10th month, right? So the count of the products is almost, we can consider it, let's say 100, right? And then, but its delivery time was very high, above 18 days. It's too much, right? And then you can see if he is placing the order, if here the zero order, right? So we will not count it. No order was placed. And in the first month, January, they have placed some order. We can say 1,000 order count. Then its delivery time might be 6 days, up to 12 days, something like that. Okay. And then you can match this graph like this. So this will be little bit hard for your stakeholder to understand, but it will give you the clear idea for your deep analysis. You can pick up this peak season and you can find out which product from which state and how much the delivery time. So you can draw the another graph just for this single peak. This is called deep analysis. Okay. And if you are going to draw this, just drop a comment. Okay. You have drawn this, just to draw the, share the screenshot too. Okay. And if you want me to do the deep analysis, just drop a comment. I will show you the deep analysis of this data set too. Okay. And then I need to make a separate video actually. Okay. And then shipping and delivery insights. So here we are going to just, this is again very, very useful information for the supply chain and logistics students. If they are working in that domain, shipping delays, why the shipping is delayed, right? So look at this. Although some orders there is a no shipping delay, right? Orders will be delivered on the time, which is the red line is showing on the same day delivery or the delivery was not delayed. But there are some exceptional cases, right? So there are some delay in the 5 or 10 days and exceptional days too. You can see this line, right? It is taking too much days. Okay, this is the red line, shows on time delivery. Okay, and this is the order of the count, how many orders. Okay, and then the negative means, this means there was a no delay. Might be the order is placed before the time or on the same day. Okay. And then delivery time delays. Delivery time days. Here we are showing how many days it takes for when the order was placed. So if the order was placed, you can say 59,000, and then the order was placed might be on the time number one and maybe 4 or 5 days. We can consider it 4 or 5 days. Okay, so it will show you the result of that one, but there are exceptional cases too. There are some orders or might be one order. These are exceptional cases, right? It took so much time. Okay, it is showing at least, I would say, it is more than 3 months, right? 4 months. And then this was the about, all about the first part of our this data set. Okay. And the it's your data visualization. And I have asked you the few questions during the when I was showing you. Draw the sum graphs for the deep analysis. Pick up the peak season. Pick up the top 3 states. Just check out what products the people are buying most. So this is going to be the deep analysis number one. This is going to be the very useful information for your stakeholder. Number three, you will learn more things. Believe me. Okay. And if you have any question, just feel free to drop a comment and I will see you in the next part of this, the same video, part two, where we will do the cleaning and text pre-processing and we will build the model. Okay. So stay with the Science Data Science. Keep learning, keep patience with Science Data Science. See you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe this channel. See you in the next video. Good luck.